Good evening. Stefan is away tonight. I'm Austin Lee. The city is one step closer to owning a new private landfill. Council deciding to move forward with a bid to purchase the East End site, but the details are sparse, protected by a non-disclosure agreement, sparking questions about transparency. The landfill is located on Boundary Road, that's north of Devine and west of Frontier Road. The 475-acre site is up for sale, and it already has all the permits required to operate as a dump. CTV's Leah LaRocque starts us off.
It's all trash talk at the local walking club in Carlsbad Springs.
Pretty much the dump is the main topic around any activity out here.
Chatting over who will buy the landfill down the road.
I can't get over that it would be coming.
But it's all tight-lipped at City Hall on the city's bid to buy the private dump that's owned by Taggart Miller Environmental Services.
The City of Ottawa will continue its participation in the competitive bidding process related to the acquisition of this landfill.
For nearly 2.5 hours, councillors held a session behind closed doors. Afterwards, the mayor telling the media he can't say much about what was discussed because they are bound by a non-disclosure agreement that was imposed by the seller. That means there are no details about the price, the timeline of the bid and potential purchase, or even what happens next.
Unfortunately, part of what the non-disclosure agreement covers is the process. And I realize how frustrating this is. I've been in your situation. I get it. But I got to do my job and I got to stick to a non-disclosure agreement.
Some councillors say that isn't right.
Everything about this stinks, unfortunately, and it makes it hard for everybody on council. We're all trying to, understand and navigate a process that's really unique and rare and one that we haven't really done before.
No votes were taken during the closed-door session. Staff told to take the next steps. For residents who oppose the dump, strong dislike over the cloud of confidentiality that's hovering over this landfill.
We don't need this. It's just wrong. It doesn't belong in a neighborhood.
We're not stupid. The people of Ottawa are not stupid. So why was all this done behind closed doors?
Leah LaRocque, CTV News.
Well, it happens more often than you might think. Police say every winter and spring at tire swap time, reports of loose tires flying off of vehicles and causing dangerous situations. The latest incident yesterday when a loose wheel shut down Highway 417 in the East End for half an hour. Here's CTV's Dylan Dyson.
This was the scene on Highway 417 near Pannier Road Tuesday morning when this commercial vehicle lost its rear wheel.
A tire had come off the back of a pickup truck that was hauling a trailer with a bobcat on it. Thankfully, the tire didn't go too far and no other vehicles were struck and nobody was injured.
The tire landed in a ditch, avoiding hitting any other vehicles. The highway was closed for about 30 minutes for the truck to be towed.
If you're traveling at a high speed and the tire flies off, it can be extremely dangerous. We have seen fatalities in the past, tires flying through windshields of oncoming vehicles.
This is not the first time we've seen this happen in Ottawa, most notably in 2017, when a set of wheels flew off a transport truck, hitting this van and killing the driver. Police say in Tuesday's incident, the winter tires had just been swapped on and the bolts torqued too tight, stripping them.
In this particular case, it's a company vehicle, and the company had taken the vehicle in for the tire change. So in this case, the company would be responsible.
It's a strong reminder to drivers this time of year to re-torque your wheels after a tire change.
Always have your wheel nuts retorqued. You can do it after 50 to 100 kilometers, or the next business day is what we would recommend to some customers as well, but do come back for a torque check.
At Cal Tire, they say there's more than one reason a wheel can come loose.
You can torque as many times as you want, but if there is corrosion behind the rim and or on any of the mating surfaces, then that wheel eventually can start getting loose and eventually come off as a worst case scenario.
Dylan Dyson, CTV News.
And of course, every year we talk about just how important it is to have those winter tires on, especially with some of the weather that is on our way over the next few days. Our first look at the weather forecast. Jackie.
A rainy evening in the capital, but it is anticipated to clear up in the overnight hours where we will have some cloudy skies and the wind. It's going to be gusts up to 50 kilometers per hour, and that's going to extend into most of our Thursday. So it will be a windy Thursday. 7 a.m. It's going to be a chance of some showers and flurries. Daytime high only going to about 3 degrees, so it's not going to be that warm, I should say. So cool conditions really going to kick us into the weekend. And a closer look now, the flurries will be lingering as we extend into Friday, but Sunday, lots of sunshine. Back to you, Austin.
Thanks, Jackie. A driver is facing charges after a 10-year-old child was hit by a car while getting off a school bus in the Ottawa Valley yesterday. This happened at around 4:30 in the afternoon on Highway 17 in Rolfton. That's about 2.5 hours northwest of Ottawa. The child was taken to hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. OPP say the driver, a 29-year-old man from Dorval, Quebec, failed to stop for the bus's red flashing lights. Well, turning now to a potential high-tech shift at OC Transpo. The transit agency is exploring the use of artificial intelligence to help with crime prevention measures. But as the system gets smarter, there are concerns about how riders' privacy will impact their safety. CTV's Kimberly Fowler has more.
I think it's important, for our safety.
Simone Bihan relies on public transit to get around the city and is in favor of OC Transpo's plan to help improve safety.
I'm a newcomer in the city, so I've been here 2 months and a half. And honestly, for a big city like Ottawa, I really feel safe.
The transit agency is looking at using artificial intelligence to monitor the thousands of existing CCTV cameras on buses, the LRT, and at transit stations.
It only bothers people who don't understand. The same way when computers first came out, everything's a virus, everything, and over time they get used to it.
I mean, you can face everything every day, everything can happen. But anyway, I think it's a good idea. I mean, I don't mind at all.
The AI could detect in real time unusual behaviors caught on camera, such as assaults, vandalism, and emergencies, and notify special constables. Staff are in the beginning stages of exploring this idea and have visited Montreal, where the technology is already in use.
As our staff realize the benefits of using AI and other technologies that can make our systems, like I said, more effective and more efficient, look at it, see what we can get out of it, and obviously if it provides benefits to the transit system, then use it.
But some experts are raising concerns about privacy and how the data will be collected and stored.
The fact that all of your movements are going to be captured and retained, who knows where, for how long, is it going to be encrypted? I doubt it. These are some of the issues, the questions that have to be raised.
The union representing OC Transpo workers says it's important that any tool we explore protects people's dignity and supports, not replaces, the human judgment and compassion that real safety depends on. Once any AI plans are finalized, OC Transpo will provide an update to councillors on the Transit Committee. Kimberly Fowler, CTV News.
From heritage preservation to modern earthquake-proof foundations, the decade-long rehabilitation of Parliament remains the country's largest construction site. And tonight, CTV's Tyler Fleming takes you inside for a look at the work happening at Centre Block.
From outside, scaffolds and cranes aside, the Centre Block of Canada's Parliament looks familiar. To know the depths of its restoration, you have to step inside. Starting 2 stories below, the old foundation is being dug out and replaced with an advanced earthquake-proof system.
The whole load of the building, all the way up from the very top, right down here, it's all been coming down through, transferred onto the steel beams, onto the steel piles, all the way down.
Above ground, work has begun to restore around 50 rooms to architect John A. Pearson's original post-1916 fire designs, like the Salon La Francophonie.
Senators would meet here after the session ended.
Once a smoking room, that's long gone, but its cathedral-like designs preserved.
If you look around, you can see a lot of the attention to detail that we will be bringing back to the space and maintaining the preservation of it.
A priority for the project is to source as much Canadian materials and labor as possible.
It means a lot to us.
Helping to restore woodwork, Indigenous-owned company R. Potvin Construction.
To add to the Indigenous community, bring it to light that we're here and available to learn and grow and be part of the whole system,
When complete, the building will look as it always did, but high-tech modern systems behind the walls will ensure it lasts for generations to come. And buried out front, a new visitor center with classrooms, a theater, and cafe.
It will allow Canadians new and a transformed visitor experience of ways to connect with Parliament.
As the project moves into the next phase, its cost, originally around $5 billion, will soon be reassessed.
Once we're able to price out the design that's just been completed, we're able to reset and re-baseline.
In 2026, all of the center block's exterior, including the Peace Tower, will be covered up until the project's near full completion around 2031. Tyler Fleming, CTV News.
The Ottawa Charge got back to work tonight, searching for their first win of the year.
Paper towel, Jenner to Hughes. Back to the captain, walks in, shoots and scores!
There it is. Brianne Jenner with the team's first goal of the season, a dominant performance from the Charge. They take down the brand new Vancouver Golden Eyes at TD Place Arena. 5-1 is the final, but after recent comments from the team's leadership group that they will not play in a smaller arena at Lansdowne 2.0, ahead of the game, some fans voiced their concerns.
It's pretty sad that they have to leave.
Obviously, we want to see them stay and play right here. The atmosphere, the crowd atmosphere is amazing. Was here for the home opener. Saturday night, we had almost 7,500 crowd. We need a rink that these girls can play in.
I want us to keep this team. I want us to keep having this. I don't know if they're going to leave somewhere else in the city or if they're going to have to leave somewhere else entirely, but it's sad.
Last week, the PWHL's Executive Vice President of Business Operations told reporters playing at a smaller arena planned for Lansdowne 2.0 was, quote, one option that is not on the table. Currently, the arena at TD Place has a capacity of roughly 8,200 people. The total capacity planned for the new facility, 6,600. Well, some good news for Sens fans. Captain Brady Tkachuk will be back on the ice this week after recovering from an injury he received during the team's home opener last month.
It's only fitting. Thanksgiving, just excited to be in St. Louis, have all the boys, the trainers to mom and dads.
So you are having the whole team?
Whole team. The no contact jerseys coming off.
Tkachuk announced plans to be back in the lineup this Friday when the Sens play the Blues in St. Louis. The Sens captain underwent surgery on his right thumb. He has not played since October 13th, and the team is actually playing right now. They're in Las Vegas taking on the Golden Knights. It is currently 3-2 for the Sens. It's towards the end of the second period. Shane Pinto opening the scoring with his 11th of the year.
You could tell that she knew that we were there to help.
Just ahead, we'll share the story of how an Ottawa Valley woman helped to rescue a bald eagle.
The magic of the holidays is here, and this year the need is greater than ever.
Let's ensure every child in our community feels the joy with CTV and Move 100's Toy Mountain.
Together with the Salvation Army, we can help spread cheer and make a child's wish come true.
Drop off any new unwrapped toy to the designated drop-off locations or make a monetary donation online.
For all the details, visit toymountain.ca, presented by Donnelly Automotive Group.
Here's a live look through our Centennial Glass sky cam. It is currently 2 degrees. An Ottawa Valley woman and her young son are being credited with helping to save an injured bald eagle. They stepped in after seeing a call for help online, leading to a rare rescue that is now in the hands of wildlife experts. CTV's Caitlin Wilson has that story.
You could tell that she knew that we were there to help.
If anyone would know, it's Jenna McEwen. She spent nearly 20 years helping injured animals, but she'll tell you no creature she's ever rescued has looked quite like this.
It was surreal. That's one of the only words I can really use to describe the situation.
It started with a Facebook post from Safe Wings Ottawa. A call for someone to transport a bald eagle found hurt on a rural property in Calabogie. So Jenna reached out, and within minutes, she and her 8-year-old son Jack were on their way with leather gloves and gear in tow.
At first, she was very scared and she was trying to run, but I just talked gently to her, and you could see her kind of relax at one moment. And as soon as the blanket went over, she just kind of folded and let us help her.
With the eagle secured in the back of their car, they brought her to Ottawa, where Safe Wings volunteers assessed her. Affectionately named Charlie by Jack, she has injuries to her wing and hip and is believed to be about 5 years old.
She's got a very swollen shoulder, and we're not sure if there's a break there. And then she's also got some issues with her left hip, so all on the one side.
They suspect she may have been hurt during a territorial dispute. For Safe Wings, a group that cares for about 100 injured birds each year and collects thousands more that die in window collisions, Charlie is only the third bald eagle they've ever rescued.
They're not as not as many of them as sparrows or robins or the cardinals that we all see, but we do have some out in the west near the Mud Lake area, and we definitely have a bunch that are out east at Petrie Island.
On Wednesday, Charlie was transferred to the Owl Foundation, a specialized rehab center where she'll get x-rays.
We don't know what her prognosis is, whether she'll be able to fly and hunt on her own again, so we have to wait and see what they're going to say.
This was us trying to get her into the car.
As for Jenna, she says it won't be her last rescue, but it is without question one of her most memorable.
You see them from a distance, you see them in flight, and they look incredible. But seeing them up close, their eyes, and just how intelligent they are, it's something that I'll never forget for sure.
Caitlin Wilson, CTV News.
Absolutely an incredible story there. And we want to now take our first look at the full weather forecast. Back to Jackie.
After a mainly mild week, conditions are going to change as temperatures continue to drop. Now, overnight lows about 1 degree, so still above the freezing mark. Cloudy skies, but the wind gusts are going to be quite strong. We're only getting to a daytime high of about 3 degrees, and then when you factor in those heavy winds, it's going to feel closer to 0. The chance of flurries will carry us throughout our Thursday and even into our Friday, and those details in just a bit. Right now, tonight's lows across the region really hovering around the freezing mark, about 0 in Pembroke and Petawawa, Mont-Tremblant around -2, 1 degree in Kemptville. And then tomorrow's highs, not much of a difference, probably a 2-degree difference, about 3 in Ottawa and most of the Seaway, so Cornwall, Brockville, and Kingston at 3 degrees. Bancroft sitting around the freezing mark. And we look at Montreal and Mont-Tremblant hovering between 1 and 0 degrees. Now, taking a closer look at these conditions, don't be surprised if you are around Pembroke, Renfrew, some light flurries moving through. And then around the noon hour, yeah, we might see light rain showers moving through very quickly, maybe even some freezing rain. The flurries carrying us really in and out of our Thursday. And then Friday, this could anticipate just really above North Ottawa, not so much in Kingston and Brockville, but really for the Valley and Maniwaki, more flurries moving through. It's not going to linger very long, though. Temperatures, though, are going to be dropping closer to the freezing mark as we take a look at our extended forecast brought to you by Presser Law Firm. You don't pay unless we win. Call 1-800-JUSTICE. Friday, only daytime high -1. And while temperatures overnight are going to be -6 into the Saturday, I'm not looking forward for Saturday into Sunday, where overnight temperatures are going to be about -10. Only a daytime high of 2 degrees. And yes, flurries and rain showers are in store for our weekend.
We continue to be a manufacturing powerhouse.
Still ahead, we'll have an update on the health of the Ontario economy. We dive into the latest data after the break. A warning to drivers, it will likely be another weekend of traffic gridlock on Highway 417 as another construction project gets underway. Crews will be working to repair a water main valve located on the highway around the Vanier Parkway. Starting Friday night at 9:30, 3 westbound lanes will be closed between the Vanier Parkway and the Nicholas Street Mann Avenue off-ramp. Both westbound off-ramps from the Vanier Parkway to the Queensway will also be closed. Everything should reopen at around 6 a.m. on Monday. Ontario's Financial Accountability Office has released its latest data on the province's economy. CTV's Queen's Park Bureau Chief Siobhan Morris takes a closer look at those numbers.
There's the government bluster.
We continue to be a manufacturing powerhouse.
Numbers from Ontario's Financial Accountability Office tell a different story.
Autos has been down an awful lot. Same with steel production.
Machinery, too. The budget watchdog says you have to go back to 2015 to find lower manufacturing activity. Almost 21,000 jobs lost in 2 years.
Pintos and Mavericks, and they sell well.
Manufacturing jobs now make up the smallest share of Ontario's employment since 1976.
1976, I was putting Sean Cassidy posters on my wall in 1976.
U.S. tariffs are hitting hard, but so is upheaval in the auto industry with retooling and shifting EV priorities.
This premier is a jobs disaster.
A label the government rejects.
We have more manufacturing jobs than Florida and New York and are third only in all of North America America to California and Texas.
Under the cloud of tariffs, the FAO says Ontario's GDP shrank by 0.6% in the second quarter.
The largest since the 2008-2009 recession, excluding the pandemic.
Almost 29% of those who are unemployed have been unable to find work for at least 27 weeks.
That's the highest number we have since the 1990s. So that's just an indication of the difficulties folks are having in the job market right now.
Opposition parties say it's a problem the government doesn't seem to have a real solution for.
They like to put something in the window that looks great, but what actually happens inside doesn't really work.
The Green leader holds up Ontario's approach to EVs as an example.
They brought in a plan to produce more electric vehicles, but then they canceled all the programs to make electric vehicles actually affordable.
The finance minister trumpets $30 billion of tariff support.
Just this quarter, $2 billion of WSIB rebates are flowing into small business, medium-sized businesses.
Siobhan Morris, CTV News.
They've become popular because then now you don't have to switch between your all seasons and your dedicated winter tires.
If you use winter tires, you're likely eligible for an insurance discount, but does that apply to all-weather tires? We'll have more on that when we come back. The Bell Media building is lit up. It is bigger and brighter thanks to our good friends at Christmas Decor from Nutrilon. Well, many people are rushing to switch to winter tires with the snow arriving earlier than usual this year. The insurance companies do offer some discounts to drivers who use winter tires, but there is also some confusion over which ones are eligible for reduced premiums. CTV's Pat Foran reports.
It's the busiest time of the year for tire shops as many drivers switch over their all-season or summer tires to winter tires. There is also a new type of tire growing in popularity called an all-weather tire. It's a hybrid which has the attributes of an all-season and a winter tire. In one tire, you can leave them on your car all year long.
They can be driven on year-round, but they have enhanced snow traction, and they've become popular because then now you don't have to switch between your all-seasons and your dedicated winter tires.
When it comes to winter driving in the tire business, all-season tires are considered good, all-weather tires better, and dedicated winter tires the best. Most all-weather tires come with a snowflake in the mountain symbol, leading to confusion over exactly what a winter tire is.
This vehicle has a brand new set of all-weather tires. They even have the snowflake in the mountain symbol. But depending on your insurance company, some will give you the winter tire discount and some won't.
They're not the same level that snow tires are.
Aviva Canada gives a 2% discount for dedicated winter tires, but not for all-weather tires.
We only provide the discount specifically for the snow tires, the winter tires, not the kind of all-weather tires that you're speaking of.
CAA says under its guidelines, all-weather tires are eligible for their 5% discount. A spokesperson said if all-weather tires are marked with the three-peak mountain snowflake symbol and you have 4 installed on your vehicle, they qualify for the winter tire discount. When Ontario brought in the discount rules 10 years ago, it said look for tires marked with a logo of a peaked mountain with a snowflake. The Tire and Rubber Association of Canada told CTV News this would be for the insurance companies to comment how they recognize winter tires. If you have all-weather tires, you should check with your insurance company. You don't want to say you have winter tires if you don't, because in the event of an accident, it could void your claim. Pat Foran, CTV News.
Through traffic, score! Connor Clackberg! A major milestone for a hockey player from Arnprior. Details straight ahead. There is a live look through our Centennial Glass Skycam. It is still 2 degrees out there right now as we take our last check on the weather forecast. Jackie.
Well, bundle up when you're heading out the door first thing in the morning because we're starting off at 1 degree. The chance of the wintry mix pretty high, so a little bit of flurries, maybe a little bit of rain showers. That will carry us through most of our Thursday, only getting to a daytime high about 3 degrees. And then Friday, we are going to be hovering around the freezing mark, slightly chillier as well. -1 the daytime high. Saturday, though, looking forward to. This is the Orleans Parade of Lights. 1 degree, or it's about -1 sunshine, but then in the evening, it's going to really cool down. So you want to bundle up. Overnight lows into the Sunday will be -10 before we are in store for the early part of the week. Lots of dry conditions and sunshine.
Thank you, Jackie. And finally for us tonight, making excellent use of his call-up from the minors.
One by Yanmark. Up top, Emerson is shot. Through traffic. Score! Connor Clattenburg.
Not everything's going right for the Edmonton Oilers right now, but this was pretty good. Connor Clattenburg with his first NHL goal on a hard-working play right in front of the crease, and they certainly like that in these parts. Clattenburg is from Arnprior. He's only played 2 games in the NHL, that being his second one, but pretty big for the local guy. 15 games played so far in the AHL, 59 penalty minutes. An impressive resume to start the year.